Step in the ring for the fight of my life, hit my knees and I strap on my gloves. Bro, I've been prepping since like I was 7, and thing is I'm already covered in blood. Walking in love, this for the ones who've been stuck in the mud, searching for hope. Trust me, I know what it feel like to drown in my partners, but God came and threw me the rope. Can't wait to look in his eyes. All of my life I've been battling.
Okay, that's enough. I'm not trying to have any content.
That went on for a while.
That was a long time, but I'm not gonna lie, I got into it.
All right, well, welcome in. Welcome to episode 3 of the Huddle Buddies Fantasy Football Podcast video series. We've got some special guests in the building. I'm joined by 2 people, affectionately known as the Ginsbros. Ryan Ginsburg, Warren Ginsburg. I don't know if anyone's ever called you that, but I liked it. I liked it. I went with it. Ryan, what's your nickname at school? Do you have one?
Just Ginsburg, Rye guy.
All right.
You know?
I think your nickname for our fantasy football league, I think it's just the kid.
That's I like that.
Ryan, the kid Ginsburg.
Okay.
You know, listen, you are the youngest in our league, but I personally think you are primed for some big moves this year and a big league year. How do you feel?
If it doesn't trade with Colton.
Bernard already tried to get a blockbuster going, but you know.
Listen, we were allowed to swap draft slots, and I went for it. I still stand by what I said. I think you would be well off with a 12-13 pick plus Austin Eckler versus just one good running back plus Austin Eckler. But it's okay. It's okay.
Fair.
Warren, how you feeling?
I considered it.
I feel pretty good. I've been going through some dramatic changes in my preseason plan.
Yeah? How so? Elaborate.
Well,
you don't have to give away everything, but
I don't want a white running back.
it's okay. It's okay.
But at pick number 1, I have to take him.
Maybe.
So maybe.
Maybe.
Would you like me to share my surprise?
Yeah. Okay. Let's stop burying in the lead. Warren, go ahead and share your surprise that you have for the league, because you haven't even told us.
Oh yeah. So I found a new fruit.
Oh, okay.
Look at this.
Is it a kumquat?
Yeah.
Nope, not a kumquat.
What?
I feel like I've seen that before.
Yeah,
Not
I've seen that before.
Not a yellow grape tomato.
It's not a crab apple. No, it's too little for a crab apple.
No,
What you got?
it's a gooseberry.
Oh, I've heard of a gooseberry. I tasted it once. Very sour. Is it like sour?
Very sour. Very sour.
It is basically the Sour Patch of fruit.
Is it like a sour
Delicious.
cherry?
No, it's like a sour cutie ball.
Okay, how about this? We will have gooseberries at the draft.
Gooseberries at the draft.
Gooseberries at the draft. Remind the people when the draft is again, please.
Tuesday, September 7th, 5:45 p.m. Pick 1 will be on the clock.
Perfect.
So remind me again why we're doing it on a Tuesday.
Because everyone is out of town on a weekend of Labor Day, and we can't do it. Well, I mean, we could do it next weekend.
No, we have our date.
I know. I agree.
I cheated. I was on the ESPN website, and it showed me the countdown clock. We are exactly 20 days away from the draft. We are inside 3 weeks of the fantasy football season.
That's very exciting.
If you haven't started now, start now. But I have a feeling anyone who's watching this video has done something.
Right, yeah, because only half the league watch. Those are the ones that are ready to roll.
Listen, it is what it is. All right, well, let's get started here. I've got some news and notes from around the league. I'm just gonna throw them out there, and then let's just react. Let's talk about it. Ryan, I want to hear your thoughts. Warren, jump in. We're here. Let's do it. Updates from last week's news and notes. I mentioned Aaron Jones and Darren Waller. They had some sort of injury. Update on both of them. They're good. So it was just the training camp thing. What?
Thank God for Barbs.
I know. I was really worried for him. I thought he was going to end up with Miles Sanders, and it would have been a very trying mental year of fantasy football for him.
Let me tell you, he is stressing about this keeper situation. Makes me question keepers entirely as a whole.
Oh, I think he's locked in right now with Darren Waller. I think that's a great pick.
I know, but he's not in love with it, And
Okay.
I still think that he has a better situation than Colton, though.
I don't disagree.
Kale.
Kale.
Oh, Kale.
We're gonna get to Kale. Kale, you tell me that you watch these videos, and this is where you get your fantasy news. I will alert you. You are going to have an entire little mini segment dedicated just to you on this podcast because we're good friends. He is. It won't take very long.
Oh, it's where to help him. We're helping.
It might. Oh yeah, we're gonna help. We're friends. Okay, moving on. So next piece of news that I have is on Michael Thomas. So I want to start off. This is
He's
gonna be
coming to
shocking.
the Cardinals.
This is gonna be shocking.
He's
But I want
coming
to
to the
start off.
Cardinals. Book it.
They should. There's no reason why they shouldn't. You got to use that Kyler Murray rookie quarterback deal. They got the money. But I do want to say, last week I told everyone, do not draft Michael Thomas. That was me projecting my own feelings about the situation. So I want to apologize. Do whatever you want. Everyone has to manage their own team. If you want to draft Michael Thomas, go for it. Update on Michael Thomas. He's not expected to play earliest October.
Bet.
So up to you. That's the earliest. I don't know. Maybe by then Taysom Hill is garbage and Jameis is finally in. We'll see. But I just want to give you an update there. My rule on fantasy is don't draft injuries because injuries will find you. Don't find injuries; they will find you. That is something that I kind of made up and that I like to follow.
I hate that.
I know. There's differing opinions, but that's what I wanted to say. I was projecting my own opinions.
You win in the final 8 seasons or 8 games of the season. You said that.
Mhm.
You do. I agree with that as well. But if you start off 0-8,
Very true.
we don't have to get into that. Okay. Chase Claypool, he was carted off the field with a really scary knee injury this week. He actually avoided a major injury a la Giannis Antetokounmpo. But he has not yet been ruled out for week 1. But this could impact Deontay Johnson. Juju is going later in drafts than he ever has, other than when he was a rookie. So who knows? Maybe Chase Claypool's banged up for the first couple of weeks, and those two guys are getting a lot of targets. Melvin Gordon has a groin injury that's keeping him out of practice right now. Melvin Gordon is scary as well because he's got a rookie behind him, Javonte Williams from UNC, probably arguably the second or third best fantasy rookie running back this year, aside from ETN and Najee Harris. So just something to monitor there. Melvin Gordon, maybe he doesn't get his job back. I don't know. Good news, and to even more so complicate Colton's situation, DeAndre Swift is expected to be back at practice tomorrow. He had a groin injury, so he's battling through that, but apparently he's back. So hopefully Colton can figure it out. Tyler Lockett is missing practice this week with a groin injury. So we're going to have to figure that one out. No one's really talked about Seattle this year. I mean, Metcalf is out there. Lockett's out there. Russell Wilson was unhappy this offseason. Maybe he's out to prove something like Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. What do you guys think about Seattle this year?
Let me just start off by saying, Warren, your dogs are going a little crazy back there.
Should we address this?
Yeah, Commish, mute your. I'm going to leave it in the pod. This is raw entertainment that we come here for.
What are we
Warren,
talking about Seattle this year?
1 sec.
Don't you know to close the door when you're recording? It's like rule number 1 of potting. Yeah, Ryan, what do you think about Seattle this year?
Well,
Chris Carson, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Russell Wilson.
Well, the O-line is still pretty trash, isn't it?
It is, as far as I can remember.
And the defensive side of the NFC West has been improved, so that is not good for Russell Wilson. Chris Carson also, but I still think Russell Wilson, since he's mobile, will be able to get off some shots to his boys.
I agree. I think he's going to chuck it. I think he wants to throw the ball. They have Chris Carson. There's no more Carlos Hyde. Rashard Penny's there for some reason. I don't know. That was one of the worst picks in recent first-round memory.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Stephon Diggs is dealing with a knee injury. He should be good, is what everything that I'm reading says. So I don't want to look too much into it, but I'm just going to share that out there. That's pretty much just a Zucker note because he's probably going to keep him. Let me get your thoughts, both of you, on Odell Beckham Jr. this year. Coming off the ACL in the Cleveland Browns offense, Baker Mayfield in a contract year. What are we thinking about OBJ?
That he's a lot shorter than I thought he was early in his career.
Mhm.
How tall is he?
5'11".
Yeah, with cleats.
Really?
No, I don't know. I'm just.
Sure.
I just assume every height that's ever listed on NFL.com includes cleats, plus an inch.
True. I'm not sure about OBJ.
Why not?
I haven't seen a lot of his like workouts or anything, but the backfield's very good. Gets a lot of carries. And
They're gonna definitely want to run the ball.
is he coming back week 1?
So as of right now, they haven't ruled him out for week 1. Now, the latest news that I saw, and the reason I asked you guys about OBJ was that the report was that he ran full speed.
But he's lightning fast. These
So
ACLs are nothing.
I mean, what's today's date? Today is August 18th. Like I said, our draft is in 20 days. So in 3 weeks, he could potentially be on the field playing a regular season game. But the reports coming out are that he's running at full speed and that he's ramping up. Are we confident in OBJ at all? I mean, if he's there for you, 5th, 6th round, are you considering him?
Yeah, 6th. Late
Okay.
as possible. But he wasn't even killing it before his injury. So
He was not. I don't want to talk a lot about OBJ because I'm an OBJ hater. I think he's extremely overrated. That's just my opinion.
He's got good moves.
Yeah, he did 5 years ago.
Still a good dancer.
He can dance. I'll give it to him. Him and Juju might be top dancers in the league. But then again, actually, I take that back. There's probably some really good dancers out there that we just don't know about.
Josh McCown.
Maybe. Drew Lock is a good dancer. But there's an offensive lineman out there that is just boogie.
Yeah.
You know it.
It's like a cliche. It's a stereotype from The Replacements.
I don't care. It's fun.
Ryan, have you even seen The Replacements?
Shane Falco?
Oh my God. 1996 Sugar Bowl?
no.
All right, Ryan, add it to your list. You and your friends actually would love the movie. It's hilarious. Classic
Warren
sports movie.
Warren and I have a long list.
We have a
Good.
long list.
Good. Add it.
He hasn't seen Old School.
Oh my God. All right, moving on.
He's
Moving
in for a
on.
treat.
Moving on.
Jesus
Moving
Christ.
on.
Okay, Anthony Miller. Who does he play for? Either of you. Who does he play for?
The Bears. Oh wait. Anthony Miller.
That sounds right.
I think it's the Bears.
Anthony Miller plays for the Houston Texans. In fairness, he did play for the Bears. He did play for the Bears, and he was traded to the Texans this offseason.
Honestly, he's not very good because I don't know who the fuck he is.
Yeah.
So listen, I bring this up. He has a dislocated shoulder, so he's out for a while. People were picking him up late in drafts, but I didn't bring up this news to talk about Anthony Miller because who gives a fuck?
Mhm.
Let's talk about the Texans.
Deshaun Watson. He's
Who is their starting quarterback? We don't have to talk about Deshaun Watson. If Deshaun Watson's healthy and playing and not, part of an FBI investigation, then yes, he's their starter and you should be drafting him
extortion
fairly high.
Do you still draft
fair.
him fairly
This
high
isn't-
though?
This isn't that different from Miles Bridges' girl.
But listen, Goodell has suspended innocent people before. So whether he's innocent or guilty is not a factor here.
He's
for the
never
NFL.
suspended a Michael Jordan.
Neither did David Stern, technically.
There you go.
Deshaun Watson out of the picture. Tyrod Taylor, our guy, our boy. He's in Hard Knocks every year, it seems like. Even when his team's not even in it, you have some sort of Tyrod in your life. He's throwing them the ball. Brandon Cooks is still there. Brandon Cooks had a really good year last year when everyone kind of pegged them for dead. But he's got Tyrod thrown to him. I like Tyrod as a person. I don't know.
We're really doing that? We're not going with Tyrod?
No, his name's Tyrod. He said it's Tyrod.
I know, but
You don't say Travis Kelce anymore. It is Travis Kelce.
What?
He actually said it was either, and he doesn't care.
The original video that I saw, he said that everyone has been pronouncing it wrong.
I am
And that
Warren
it's-
Ginsbarg.
That is your prerogative.
No, you're Warren. You're Warren Whiteman.
All right. Well, David Johnson, Philip Lindsay, we don't have to stay on this, but are you guys touching any of the Texans at all this year? I mean, yeah, they're going to be shitty, but they're still an offense. They're still going to be carries. Right now, Philip Lindsay looks like the starter over there. David
Really?
Johnson, looks like he's going to be limited to a third down role. He's kind of frustrated about it, they say, but nobody really cares because it's the Houston Texans. And that's a lot coming from me because I'm a big David Johnson fan.
Yeah.
You were wrong.
That
I wasn't right, but I don't want to say I was wrong.
Who's better, Le'Veon Bell or David Johnson?
Probably Le'Veon Bell.
who's better, DeAndre Hopkins or David Johnson?
DeAndre Hopkins.
See, this is the content people need.
Yeah, this is the hard hitting, deep digging, diamond in the rough news and notes stats that they're looking for. All right, moving on. This next topic is for me and only me. Antonio Gibson. There's news from Scottsdale local Kyle Allen that Ron Rivera is trying to put Antonio Gibson in the CMC role. Now,
Whatever.
again, I'm tooting my own horn. I'm making myself feel good. If he's wrong, who cares? I still got my guy. But what if he's right?
That'll be fun.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Little Fitz magic for him.
I would love it. Same coach. He's got Fitz magic. You know, Fitz magic likes to hit guys out of the backfield. And if he's not, he's going to throw it deep to McLaurin. Okay, next topic. Tim Tebow.
Oh,
I want to make this known. I want to put it out there that the news is out. Tim Tebow is not an NFL football player any longer. For anyone that thought they were going to be slick, and I'm probably talking directly to Zucker. You're not going to draft Tim Tebow and fool the whole league. So he is not on an NFL team. Now, okay, guys, I told you that we needed to help out a friend. Kale is going to really struggle with his keeper this year. So let's help him out. I'm going to pull up our league from last year. I'm going to look at Kale's team, and I want to find him a keeper. Now, the reason we're finding him a keeper,
Myles Gaskin.
so the reason we're finding him a keeper is because, can you guys see my ESPN screen here?
Uh-huh.
So what happened with Myles Gaskin? Came out today that Miami Dolphins are going to be using a 3 running back committee.
ooh.
That was backed up by their first preseason game in which Malcolm Brown took 70% of the snaps with the ones. Next, Myles Gaskin. And then if you remember last year, Myles Gaskin actually did get hurt for a little bit, and Selvin Ahmed came in. It was actually a really serviceable option if you need a guy in a pinch. He was their starting running back, both undrafted. All 3 of them are getting work. The coach said it. The running back said it. It's done. It is what it is. Now, maybe we're making a big deal out of nothing, and Kale keeps Myles Gaskin, and we don't even think twice about it. And he's happy with him in the 8th round, and he's happy with him being a committee. Okay? Looking at your team, Kale, it's really tough sledding. Russell Wilson, maybe if you took him late enough, okay, let's keep Russell Wilson for a late enough pick. Well, guess what? You took him in the 5th round last year. So if you want Russell Wilson for a 4th, I would highly not recommend it. Tyler Lockett is another one. You took him in the 3rd round. I already checked. That would be a 2nd round pick for you. That would not be smart. Robert Tonyan came on late as the Green Bay tight end. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to give a giant middle finger to the entire league this year. I think any play call that's called in that he doesn't want to run, he's not going to run it. I think he's going to throw it to his favorite guys. He likes Robert Tonyan. He likes Devontae Adams. I think he's going to try to break every record this year just for the fuck of it. What are they going to do? Get mad at him? So Robert Tonyan, he was kept last year by nobody because you picked him up off of waivers. So you could get him for an 8th round pick. That's a decent tight end. Again, these are not good options, okay? But this is what you were working with. So you could keep him. He's going right around that range, so it doesn't really help you. But that's something to consider. Michael Pittman Jr. is another option for you. He's looked at as probably the Colts wide receiver 1 this year. Problem is their starting quarterback Carson Wentz just had foot surgery and might play week 1. So that's your downside there. But you could also keep him for an 8th round pick. Now he's going right around that range anyway as well. So it doesn't really help you per se. That's really it. The only other option you could look at is Jerry Jeudy. Maybe you got him in the 8th round last year, so you could keep him for a 7th. Jerry Judy's probably going right in our league.
Wait. Go back. Go back to what it says.
Jerry Jeudy.
Scroll down. No, he was dropped and then picked up. He's an 8th.
My apologies. He would be an 8th round pick for you. So let's say you like Jerry Jeudy in the 8th round. That's an option for you. Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock throwing him the football, but he's going to be on the field, and he's an Alabama wide receiver.
Oh yeah, Teddy's there. Oh, snatch him.
So let me ask you guys a question. What are we doing for Kale here? What advice are we giving him? You're talking
Jerry
directly to
Jeudy.
Kale. This is for Kale and Kale only. If you're not Kale, maybe skip forward.
Jerry Judy or nobody.
I would
Jerry,
say Pittman if Wentz is healthy, but we don't know if he's healthy. So I would say also Jerry Judy.
So we wouldn't really keep Jerry Judy for like the 94th pick. That's what it's going to be.
no, I would keep him. I think that's his best bet. It's just Jerry Judy in our league, at least in mocks that I've done, you can get him in probably the 6th, 7th round is where he's going. So again, all these guys are going right around where you would get to keep them. So it's not helping him too much. But the question is, do you want Jerry Judy for that 8th round pick, or do you want Myles Gaskin for that 8th round pick in hopes that maybe one day down the road he has the clear work and someone gets hurt or something like that?
No.
I agree. But again, these are hard decisions. So Kale, I think it's consensus here. We would go Jerry Judy for you. I'm not going to update it on the sheet. I'll wait for you to get back to me. Again, you have up until the draft anyway, so maybe things will change. That's the beauty of football.
If Pittman is healthy, though, he does not have a lot of competition to go against for receiving. And
I agree.
Judy kind of does with
Cortland Sutton,
back, and what do they have? They have
Tim Patrick. He had a good year last year. I think my main concern with the Broncos is just we don't know what we're getting from the quarterbacks, and that's the scariest part. Because I love Jerry Judy, I love Cortland Sutton, and I think the running backs can have a good year too. But it's that quarterback position. Are they going to be able to do enough for fantasy? But I agree with you, and I do like Michael Pittman as well. So, Kale, that's where you're at right there. Okay, we're going to throw it to our commissioner, our Adam Schefter of the league. He's got an update on some league doings. They're actually draft related. And I'm going to allow him to announce our latest update, which is.
Okay. As I stated, I don't want a white running back. And I definitely do not want to revolve my season around watching Sam Darnold. So I made a decision. Well, first, actually, I tried to move back. There's a guy I have in mind, middle of the first round guy. Try to move back to Zucker, kind of be nice. He was last year. Hey, you can take this CMC guy, number 1 overall, set yourself up. You get the turn, blah, blah, blah. He essentially said to me, no, you're not going to pull a fast one on me here. I'm staying at 4. So when you try to help the Detroit Lions don't want help. So I moved to Brock. Brock looked into it, took about 3 hours, pondered, came back to me and said, I don't see how this is a losing situation for me, as in him. He accepted. We shook on it, tossed a couple gifts back and forth of people shaking. And
that's how you shake on it now. That's
it's a done deal. So I have the number 3 pick. Brock has number 1, clean swap. And you can find news like this on the new Huddle Buddies Twitter account. There it is. And you can see pick swap, first tweet. Warren trades number 1 pick to Brock for the number 3 pick. Boom. So go follow Huddle Buddies. I think it's Huddle Buddies _ buddies. No, Huddle _ buddies. And that's how you will get. Okay. Don't make me overthink. Which reminds me, I didn't watch Hard Knocks last night.
Hard Knocks? Is that a new one?
Hard Knocks. It's new. Hard Knocks last night. And it weighed heavily in the trade. I'll say that.
That's fair.
I need to go watch.
So Warren, let's talk about your thinking on this, all right? Because Brock's not here to talk about his thinking. And honestly, I think it was pretty simple for him. He gets Christian McCaffrey, essentially. Right. But for you, what made you decide to want to trade back from 1 to 3?
I'm really enthused about pick 2 and pick 4 in terms of rounds. Mm-hmm. And because of all the keepers we have, it moves everyone back. So if you're picking at pick 20, you're really picking at like pick 26. So me being at 24, I felt like I was at 30. I needed to move up. So now I'm at 22. And the guys at 22, I like a little bit better. Same thing goes for the 4th round where I moved up. And then in the 5th round, I'm okay to move back because that's my keeper round.
Okay. I respect it. You got to think bigger than just those first 2 picks.
And Sam Darnold and white running back. Didn't want
I'm
that.
with you. All right. We're going to peel the curtain back a little bit. I just sent you guys an invite to this sleeper mock draft. that we're going to do for the end of the draft. Warren, if you'd like to hop off and you don't want to be a part of this, you can right now. You say bye to the people, little sound off if you want, or
No,
you can stay.
I'll do it.
Yay, fun. Okay, well, I just sent you guys the invite, so I need you guys to join there. Warren, you're in. I want to give kudos to Ryan for his growth in the technology sector in the past hour. We really
Right.
troubleshooted a lot of things to get him onto this Zoom with the background, with his headphones, and now we're gonna get him into this mock draft.
Yeah.
Let's close some of these windows. Kale, good luck to you, man. Okay, so as Ryan joins our mock draft here, I want to point out something. Shout out to Colton. It's funny enough, we literally before we began recording this, we got a text from Colton saying that he was tinkering even more. I want to point out that the Tinker King, Colton Raider, is already tinkering. He has swapped his keeper again. Right now, at the moment, he's going Mike Davis in the 8th. So DeAndre Swift back on the board. We talked about him. He's come back from a groin injury. He should get all the work in Detroit. Probably going end of the second round is probably where you'll see DeAndre Swift if you're interested. The Lions are going to be very bad this year, unless you're just a huge Jared Goff fan. But I think they're going to be very bad. I think they're going to be behind in a lot of games. Maybe he catches a lot of balls out of the backfield. I don't know if they run the ball a lot. It would make me nervous. Let's put it that way. Okay. And we got the kid. We got Ryan the Kid Ginsburg in the mock draft. All right, gentlemen. I'm going to ask you as you go through. We don't have to talk about every single pick, but just give me some brief thoughts about what you're looking at on the board, kind of what's going through your head, what players you like, what players you don't. Let's have some fun with it. All right, 3, 2, 1, start it. Oh, Dalvin Cook off the board. That's strange.
All right.
For this sake, let's go Christian McCaffrey. Ryan, I have a feeling you're going to end up with Dalvin Cook or the choice of Dalvin Cook.
Ooh.
I'll just say it right now. I'm taking Zeke.
And that's what that swap was for. You really liked Zeke.
I like Zeke. I want him.
I respect it. Okay, so Travis Kelce and Devontae Adams went off the board. I think maybe one of those guys will be there at the 112. If it is, I'll tell you right now, if Devontae Adams is there at the end of the round, I'm taking him. I'm going to start this draft off. Let's go with DeAndre Hopkins. That was great. Jesus Christmas. And let's go with another running back. Let's go. You know what? Let's go with Clyde. Let's go Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Warren's like arch nemesis. I like Clyde. He's young. He's like 22 years old. He was 21 last year. He's really young. And I think the Chiefs' offensive line got better this year. So I think he's going to have a better year. Plus, he's a running back on the best offense in football. I know we say it, but like sometimes it's that simple. You know, he's a starting running back on the best offense in football. Warren is there. I'm gonna auto draft for Warren. He gets Miles Sanders. Good for him.
Okay. All right. So I have Keenan Allen, Montgomery, and Allen Robinson. I'm gonna go Keenan Allen.
I like it. I had Keenan Allen last year. He was a lot of fun.
Back to me.
Back to you.
And Justin Fields with Montgomery. The Bears.
Real quick on Justin Fields, I'm gonna tell you right now. Andy Dalton came out today talking some shit. He said that this is his time. That Justin Fields is gonna have a great career, but right now it's the Andy Dalton show. It's the Red Rifle show.
Yeah, it's not who I would have taken.
Yeah, I know, but you weren't here, so
We'll switch it.
no, you got auto drafted.
Fine.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, I actually like the pick. I like David Montgomery this year. There's no Tariq Cohen. Tariq Cohen was a fun thing for like 3 games his rookie year. He's coming off an ACL. He's not the guy. So Kyler Murray, I like that a lot. I'm like climbing on Kyler Murray. Obviously, I had him last year. If he fell to me at like the 4 right here at this turn, I would consider it. I'll tell you that right now. For this sake, so we just talked about Jacksonville's backfield. I'm going to go Kareem Hunt. We also talked about the Cleveland Browns backfield, and I think they're going to run the ball a lot. And even with Chubb there, Kareem Hunt gets a lot of work. With my next pick, I'm gonna go RB2. I like Cooper Kupp. I think he's gonna have a really good relationship with Matty Stafford out there. Warren, what you thinking? Talk to us. This is a podcast. You have to talk.
I know. Still thinking about that fucking guy that knocked twice during the podcast. Literally next door neighbor left a note on the door. Your roof blew off.
Wow. Did he bring any cookies? Maybe a cup of
I
sugar?
fucking know my roof blew off, dude. Got the dogs all riled up. Pissed me off.
All right, wait. Before you pick here, I've done some other mocks with you, and you're an Adam Thielen guy.
Dude, chill. I don't draft white people.
What do you think about Adam Thielen this year? Talk to me about him.
I have no idea, honestly. All I know is that Justin Jefferson wants a piece of Jalen Ramsey. That's all I know.
Justin Jefferson is he's very good at football.
You know what I think is going to happen?
What?
I think J-Lav. I think Joe. I think neither of them will do a whole lot of homework. I think neither of them will watch any of these podcasts. And I think neither of them will keep the people we think they're going to keep.
I would love to throw DK Metcalf and Justin Jefferson back into the mix.
That would change a whole lot. But who would we lose?
One of the quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray.
Oh my God, Aaron Rodgers! Do not say that to Brock.
Listen, we had a trade on the table with Brock and I before you guys pulled off yours. And
who are you going to take at 3?
I got cold feet. It wasn't about who I was going to take at 3. It's because my keeper is Antonio Gibson for an 8th. It was who I could get like right over here 3, and then coming back on the turn here at the 210.
Bernard, answer the question. Who are you going to take at 3?
I don't know. That's why I had cold feet. I mean, I'm not a Kamara guy. That's probably the right pick there. Or
who are you going to take? Who are you going to take?
Oh, right now?
Who are you going to take at 3? Gun to your head. Who are you taking?
Probably Zeke. No, that's a lie. It would have been Kamara. It would have been Kamara. All right. Sorry. Back to this mock draft. Let's go. I like Brandon Ayuk a lot. Let's take him. James Robinson's the Jaguars starting running back according to the latest report that just came out. No, thank you. For the sake of this, let's have some fun. Let's go Aaron Rodgers. 6th round.
Brock's pissed.
I know. I'll trade him to him. Where's Brock? Brock, where are you? You're at the 1 now? Brock, I'll trade you Aaron Rodgers for Calvin Ridley. Straight up. Cortland Sutton, I like it. I like him a lot.
Here we go.
I like it. Ryan, why do you like Jalen Hurts? Because we've had conversations about Jalen Hurts on this podcast already.
You know, I've liked what I've seen.
He's a big guy.
Or I've heard about him.
He is a leader.
His talks in the hallways, his quizzes on the playbook and stuff. I like it.
I did see that. There's rumors that potentially he could go for almost 1,000 yards rushing this year. He could be one of those quarterbacks, kind of a Kyler situation from last year.
That's also what I heard too. I like that a lot.
So we'll see.
Okay. Sticking with the Eagles.
I like it. Zach Ertz back in the mix. Warren, you gonna draft him? You like you some Zach Ertz. I know you do.
I love Zach Ertz.
I know.
You want to know why? Because he's good at football.
Except for last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was hot garbage. Trey Sermon, good pick. Where are we? Okay, so I'm at the turn. Ooh, Juju's sitting there for me. That's fun.
You won't. You won't.
He was so good last year. Why? Okay, let's talk Juju. Why does no one like Juju this year? Why is he going so low? I know the other guys are in the mix, but Juju had a good year last year.
Maybe Big Ben spent too much time on the couch this offseason.
I'm not a Big Ben fan, but he proves me wrong. So, fuck it. Let's go Juju.
Juju didn't have that good of a year last year.
Well, there's only one way to find out. So PPR, I mean, we're looking start the season at the 25 spots, 16, couple duds after the bye. Didn't he get hurt here? Or am I making that up?
I don't know, but I think I had him.
Probably 17, 13, 21, 22, dud, 16. So, I mean, finished the year 23 and 18. I mean,
That's full point PPR.
correct. So I don't know. Take like 3 off of that.
That's fair. That's fair.
So
So
you could
again,
just go to the rank.
yeah, but that could be misleading. I want to see what his weeks look like. You know what I mean?
All right.
Okay, picking Juju. Back in the clock.
I know nothing about this guy, but I know he's a starter.
He is a starter. I think they're going to be committee to start the year with Tevin Coleman, throwback name. Tevin Coleman is out there in New York.
He'll be hurt.
Michael Carter's going to take over.
I don't disagree, but start the season, I could see them giving Tevin Coleman work just because he's the veteran guy, and then Michael Carter will get mixed in there. So I do like the pick.
And from my research from the last podcast, it seems that Zach Moss is the starter in Buffalo.
That
all
reports indicate.
I'm not sure, but for the sake of the mock, I'll do it.
There you go. Let's have some fun.
Uh-huh.
You got some good options on the table here at wide receiver.
Interesting options.
Will Fuller, he's going to miss the first game of the season from suspension because he was taking steroids, but he got a fat contract out of it. So who won?
So let's just say, who'd keep Judy?
Judy. I like it.
Am I up? What am I doing?
You're on the clock.
Sorry, Colton sent me a weird text.
Well, don't look at text. We're in the middle of the pod.
I'm sorry. I have to. I'm the Adam Schefter of the league. You never know when news is going to drop.
This is going to be a long pod.
It is going to be a very long pod. You guys are going to have to guess how long our pod's going to be today.
Well, how much more stuff do we have to go over?
Nothing. We always end with a mock draft.
End with a mock draft. So I'm gonna say
Well, not yet. We'll guesstimate at the end. Let's speed it up. James Conner, and I think I need a tight end. I do need a tight end. I like Tyler Higbee, but I have Cooper Kupp, but I like Tyler Higbee. So there you go.
Mike Williams. How's he gonna do?
Mike Williams is already battling an injury. So if you're following my rule, don't go finding injuries. They will find you. Mike Williams is also very good at getting injured. Some guys are just good at it. He just knows how to find an ankle or a foot. Or
you know who else is good at that?
Who?
Colton.
What's up with
Colton equals Mike Williams.
Devontae Parker? What's he looking like?
He's still there in Miami. Devontae Parker is one of those guys that's on my forever blacklist. Do not draft. I've just been burned by him too many times. That's a personal thing, but yeah, he's still there in Miami.
Okay.
Marvin Jones, I like that. Good pick. Marvin Jones can do nothing but put up 18 points per game.
I mean, that sounds good to me.
Out of nowhere. The veteran wide receiver with Trevor Lawrence.
All right. Shubba Hubbard. It's interesting.
Listen, if you're someone that subscribes to CMC being injury prone,
This is true.
Are you son of a bitch?
I like it. The early kicker. I love it. I love it. Get your guy. I love it.
You know, I am liking how my team looks right now.
Warren really wants to root for the Jets this year.
Dude, I'm all in on this. Have you seen the QB? Have you seen QB1's girl? I'm all in.
QB1 looks like he just came from prom. Yeah, what do I want to do here? I don't know. Nelson Aguilar, I like him a lot. They haven't named a quarterback 1 in New England, by the way. Cam Newton has not been officially named a starter, leaving it open for Mac Jones. Saw the highlights of his first preseason game, and he didn't look half bad. So something to monitor there. Wide receivers could come into play more in New England if Mac Jones is starting. I like Trey Lance. I want him on my team for when he breaks out this year.
Hot take.
Calling my shot.
Warm take.
Luke.
44 minutes.
Wow.
the record.
We do the whole thing here. We're really doing this.
Yeah, last round.
Jesus.
You know, Bernard called it. Warren doesn't have the attention span for this.
I don't need to project who I'm taking in round 14. It's just gonna happen.
Listen, why do you hate fun?
Here's my.
I don't hate fun.
You hate fun.
Here's my handcuff or cuff or whatever.
Alexander Madison. He scared me last year though, because he got an opportunity at one point and he didn't do too well.
That is true.
Dalvin Cook got injured last year, and he came in and he didn't do that well. Kick it time. Last mock I took Jason Sanders and I passed on my boy Rodrigo, so I'm gonna draft Rodrigo here. Well, let's take a defense. Tyrann Mathieu seems pretty pissed off recently, so let's go with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, do I have to take a defense?
Yeah. You also never took a kicker, so good luck week 1.
There's your defense right there.
Deshaun Watson, 14th round.
Sweet. Awesome. All right, let's wrap this up here. All right,
4 minutes.
44 minutes, still not done. Probably gonna get to 45. This is really
that's
fun.
my guess.
Oh, okay, 44 minutes is your guess.
Okay, what's your guess?
What's your guess, Ryan?
I'll say, we might be pushing 50.
Okay. This does seem like a long pod.
40 even.
40 even. Warren went 44. The smart thing would be to play prices right and go 39, but or probably $1 would be better. 1 minute. Can't go over. So I get anything under 40 minutes. But I think it's over 40 minutes. So I'm going to say 50 minutes.
Jesus.
Wow.
We talked a lot.
End it. I see what you're doing.
No, I'm not stalling. This is really fun. I'm starting to have fun with these. I don't know if you guys are. I know, Warren, this is your second time. Brian, this is your first time. But these are really fun. I look forward to these every week.
You know who wants to come on?
Who?
And talk about their claim for the league right now?
Who?
Barber,
come on.
And Kale also wants to come on, but Kale's nervous.
Shout out, first of all, happy birthday to you, sir. Just celebrated your 30th birthday over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So happy birthday to you. We saw actually most of the league, probably 85% of the league was at your house.
Yeah, Barber didn't come.
Barber wasn't there, and obviously Ryan Parrish wasn't there as he lives on the other side of the country.
Zucker.
And Zucker wasn't there. So decent amount of the league. So it was good to see everybody. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right.
Come on the pod.
Stalling.
You already lost. So you already lost. All right, guys. Episode 3.